Are you still tracking hours worked by employees on paper? Team software can save your company countless hours and payroll errors with Team Time. We have options for telephone and biometric timekeeping. Team Time will ensure that your employees are on the job and their work hours are recorded properly. Team Time can notify a job supervisor immediately if a job is understaffed so that you know about it before your customer does. Visit teamsoftware.com today to learn more.
Welcome to Tripodcast, episode 348. Yeah, it's Monday, March 24th. Happy birthday, Karen. You know, last week, Dick talked about why someone should buy from you. Today, he wants to go a little deeper and say, what makes your company valuable? Let's listen in.
I'd like to talk with you today about what makes your company valuable. Many of us just get kind of entrenched in our businesses, and we're not seeing sometimes the trees for the forest. I know that's an old, overused cliche statement, but what does make your company valuable? I'd like you to take some time and just take a piece of paper. Just take a yellow pad. I have a white pad, but take a yellow pad and just start listing those things that you think make your company valuable. And again, I want to remind you, as I have in previous podcasts, the fact you've been in business a long time doesn't necessarily make you valuable. But what do you have? Do you have a one-of-a-kind training program? Are you using new and innovative ways, with new and innovative products? Do you have industry-specific software that is unique? Do you have, let's say, customer communication software that is unique to this industry and is not some off-the-shelf thing? Do you have maybe a call center for your customers that they can call, and talk with a live person to get anything that anything resolved that needs to be resolved? Do you have regular scheduled meetings with your customers? To have what I like to call partnering meetings? Do you bundle services that maybe your competition doesn't do in your city? How's your turnover? If your turnover is half of what the industry is or half of what your competition is, say so. Tell them that you're into, I always was real careful not to say my turnover is 40%. I always tried to tell them my turnover is about 1/8 of the industry average, because it depends on who you're talking to. If you're talking to a CPA firm or a law firm, and they got 20 lawyers and they haven't had one turnover in 5 years, you tell them that you have a turnover ratio of 40%, they think you're terrible. But if you tell them you're 1/8 of the industry average, that sounds a little better, doesn't it? Or 1/3 of the industry, whatever it might be. So you need to find those numbers out too. All of these things are things you need to have on the tip of your tongue at all times. So that when you get in an elevator, for instance, with somebody and they say, well, "What do you do?" That type of thing. You can tell, I'm in the contract cleaning business. We clean commercial buildings. And we do some things that are quite a bit different than other people. We really have taken the electronic age on, and we're doing communication software that's unique. We have industry-specific software that's unique. We have lower turnover by far than the industry average, and just go on so that you have those numbers. And your people, particularly your salespeople, or anyone that is in contact with customers and prospects, should have those things that make your company valuable on the tip of their tongue and are ready to espouse them at all times. One of the things that's a little bit different now in this 21st century than it was in the 20th century is your customers your prospects assume you can clean, don't they? for you to say something like, we clean cleaner than anybody else, or we clean better than anybody else, probably in today's environment really doesn't mean a lot. What they want to know is, what are you doing different than everybody else? You know, everybody else brings a mop and a bucket in here and a vacuum, a hokey or whatever, and they're trying to clean this place up. So what are you going to do different that will be unique to to helping me keep this place clean? Know those things. Espouse those virtues that you have. Make sure your staff knows what they are. And then make sure that, in fact, why don't you do this? At least get the main 3 points, the 3 key points that you'd like to get across to every prospect. And rather than giving a litany or a list of 10 of them, get the 3 top ones. And make sure everybody in your organization understands these are the 3 main reasons why people should buy from your company. Try that. It will make your company much more valuable to the community. And your people will grab a hold of that and want to talk about it. Sell the heck out of it on those key points, but make sure they're real. Make sure they're demonstrable, that you can show to the prospect that those are real. Try it. You'll like it. Thanks for watching.
Thank you for listening to this Tripodcast. As a regular listener, I'm sure you're going to want to check out Richard's Writings, a blog from Dick Ollek that, like these Tripodcasts, offer concise, useful information to improve your business right now. Find him at www.consultantsandcleaning.com. We'll both be glad you did.